Hello everybody, I am Yohnee Moode and this is a Yohnee Moode Moments. Woohoo! I am so glad to be back. It's been a while since I've recorded any videos. My apologies. When I first started, I recorded a lot of them back to back. I think I did at least 30, 40 videos, and so I got really busy with life and family and work and all that stuff, and it's just been kind of a challenge getting back into it. Lots of changes since the last time you saw me. One of the most noticeable would be my hair. I started my lock journey. Well, first let me go back before that. I cut my hair. I did a big chop last year, the end of 2018, and I wore, my natural curls for a few months, and then I decided that I was going to go all the way in and lock my hair. Now, here's the significance of my decision to do it now. The significance of that is that I was natural about 10 or 15 years ago. Yeah, something like that. And I had grown it out for a while. I was natural for about maybe 2 years. And I was just wearing 2-strand twists and just kind of experimenting with color and stuff like that because I love color. And but at that time I wasn't ready to commit to locks. I thought about it, but I was like, not ready. I wanted the versatility. But now, years later, when I decided to go back natural, I found myself in a place where I was ready for that commitment. I was just in a stage of life where I wanted things to be easy. I wanted them to be simple. And I didn't so much care about versatility. The most important thing for me was not having to spend much time on my hair, but still wanting to embrace my natural hair and wanting it to be a simple process. So in December of 2018, I jumped at the chance to lock my hair, and so I started. My hair was colored at the time. It was a tiny afro, and I was going back and forth between wigs because I still like that versatility. And let me say this right now, you may see me wearing a wig depending on what's going on, whether or not I've had a chance to maintain my locks or whatever. Choice involves going natural. Doesn't mean you have to do just one thing. It means that you have the versatility to do what you want. That is my take on it. And so like I said, I still like my wigs now, and I still have them. And so you may see a video after this that where I'm wearing a wig, and so just know that ahead of time. But I am, for the most part, wearing my hair in these locks. So I was blonde at the time I got them, and so that's why my locks are blonde. Right now, let's see, it's the end of July, so I am like 7 or 8 months in. 7 months in. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, 7 months in, and I am loving it. Now, of course, you've heard before that, when people get locks or they embark on a locking journey, that there's the process that can be kind of slow. It can feel slow because especially when you see other locks and you're like, oh wow, I can't wait until my locks get there. But I am learning a new level of patience and contentment. Very important. Patience and contentment with where you are at any given moment, and realizing that in those moments there's so much you can learn about yourself and about life in those moments. So right now, this is where my locks are right now. You know what, if you guys would like, let me know. I can do a video that is centered around my lock journey. I mean, it's only been 7 months, but you know, I can put up photos, you know, month to month, or at least every 3 months or something like that. Let me know if you're interested, and I will do that. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, this is what they look like. They're blonde. I just got a retwist, so they're dark at the roots, and according to my loctician, we will not color again to get the black blonde. We won't color again for some months. So I am going to follow her process and enjoy my journey. Okay, so now that that is out of the way, this is a Yohnee Moode message. If you have not been to the channel before and you're not familiar with it, I have different playlists, and the different playlists focus on different information. This particular one is a moment where I pretty much share personal favorites and topics of mine that are not necessarily related to Bible study or life balance, or, you know, motivational improvement, that type of thing. So today's video is called How to Know That He or She Is the One. Okay? How to know that this person that you have met and you feel like you might like, how to know that that person is the one. All right, so getting right into it. Number one, I would say follow your peace, your inner peace. Your spirit will let you know when something does not feel right, when something's a little off. We all have it. We just have to learn how to listen to it. Most of the time, we get caught off guard, not because we didn't have an inkling about something, but because we did have one, but we ignored it for whatever reason. And this video is not about getting into those particular reasons why. We could get deeper into this, but this is just a snapshot of how to know that someone is the one. But if you would like me to get deeper into, you know, the middle of the depth of why we choose to ignore signs, I can do a video on that as well. Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so follow your peace. You have to be in tune with it. You can't ignore it. You have to allow your spirit to guide you. Okay? All right, number two, wait and watch. This is very important, because when we meet someone, we can kind of get gung-ho and be in a hurry, and you know, and that's never a good thing. Wait and watch. Let me take just a quick break. If you see me looking over here, my computer is to my left, and so I may look back and forth over there. Please forgive me, I'm sorry. But I have notes, and I want to make sure that I do not forget anything. All right, so continuing on, number two, wait and watch. Don't be in a hurry to make the relationship more than what it should be, okay? Allow time to tell you things, and then actually watch what's happening. Now, you're not watching in a way where like you're stalking, or you're waiting for someone to mess up or something to happen. That's not what I mean. What I mean by wait, I mean to don't rush ahead into things. And when I say watch, I mean to actually pay attention to what happens around you with that person. The authenticity of that person will reveal itself if you give it time. Okay? You don't have to anticipate anything. What will be if you respect time and patience. Okay? Number 3, be completely yourself. I know that's hard for a lot of people to do, but if you really want to know, be yourself, because anyone that you are supposed to be with needs to know exactly who you are. So that then you know if they love you and if they stay. They love you and they stay because of exactly who you are, not because of a mask you've been wearing, not because you've been acting in a particular way in order to please them. Be completely yourself. If you're a jerk, be a jerk. Come on. Because they're eventually going to get it anyway. So you might as well not put up any fronts or any facades. Just be you. And if they stay, okay, that's a sign. If they stay and they tell you, look, this is, now that's a whole nother video. As far as, how do you change for people, or do you change for people? Do you make changes? When do you know that you're making a change for that person that is beneficial to even you in that relationship as well? Okay, so, but when I say be completely yourself, they have to know who you are. You can't front. Just like you don't want them fronting, you shouldn't front for them either, because they deserve to know exactly who you are. And that's how you know whether or not that person is the one. Now, I will say this. If you're yourself, and like I said, if you're a jerk, be a jerk, it doesn't mean that that person will like the fact that you're a jerk, okay? They can still be the one and check you, okay? So again, if you want to get deeper into that, I can do a video surrounding that. But again, I want to keep to the topic that we're on now, and I want to keep it short. So be completely yourself. All right. Number 4, assess how, when, and where you met. What this means is, if you want to hold true to certain values and standards, you have to make sure that how, when, and where you met them didn't undermine those standards. Okay? So if you want somebody who is responsible, who can keep a job, who's respectful of women, and this is just an example using the ladies, okay? Who's respectful of women, who seems like they would be a good family man, then if you go out and you're at a club and you're clubbing with your girls, okay, that's where you met them. How you met him at the club, and he was all up on you. He didn't really know you. Guys, this is for you too as well. If you want a nice girl who handles her business and who takes care of her family and her home, but you out of the club and you meeting girls that are, twerking all up on other guys and doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Do I have to get specific? So again, how, when, and where you met, you have to assess that. If you met them in places and under situations and circumstances that don't support what your standards or values are, then that's an indication of whether or not that person is the one. It's just one of the indications that you can look at. Now, these that I'm giving you, it's not about one thing being the determining factor. It's you looking at all of these together. Okay? Number 5, lastly, number 5, ask yourself, if nothing ever changes with this person, could I do this with them forever? The reason why you're asking that is because a lot of us get into relationships and situations where we think that we can change that person. We like certain things about them, and then there are other things that we really don't like, but we stay in the situation because we figure they will eventually change, or that you can influence them to change over time. But that is never a guarantee. And so whether or not this person is the one can be determined by, apologize for the truck that's going by outside. So when you're looking at whether or not someone is the one, you have to ask yourself, that you have to make sure that you know that there's a real possibility that this person will never change that thing that you don't like. So the question you ask is, if it never changes, could I do this forever? Could I put up with this forever? Okay? And then, you know what, I'm going to give you another one that's kind of tied to this one. It's not really a 6, it's an honorable mention, but it is just as important. And it's, ask yourself if you can even see the faults, because nobody's perfect. If you look at this person, you say, oh yes, he or she is perfect, they don't do anything wrong, they are just, then you need to go back to number 2, which is wait and watch. Okay? Because everybody has something. Nobody is perfect. And if you can't recognize that, that means you are not in a space to make an intelligent, healthy decision where this person is concerned. Okay? But if you ask yourself, does this person have faults, and you can say yes, then at least you're at a place where you're not wearing rose-colored glasses. It means that you can at least see some things, and that's what you want to be able to do. You want to be able to see, which then goes back to number 2. Watch and wait. Wait and watch. Okay? And so all of these things together can give you an indication on whether or not this girl, this boy, this lady, this man is the one for you. You can't pull one out and decide because the answer is yes, that yeah, then they're the one because because the answer is positive to one of them. You got to check all 5 of these boxes, okay? Just because you can be completely yourself, which is number 3. Just because you're saying, yeah, I can be completely myself. Oh, he's the one. Okay, you forgot about number 1, number 2, number 4, and number 5. And the honorary number 6. Okay? And it's not that you're looking for someone perfect. You're looking for someone who's authentically themselves, that you can live with. Okay? That you can tolerate. That you can still have a healthy love for yourself with, not someone who is going to literally drain you of your life. Okay? That's why it's so important to go through this list. All right, well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so glad to be back with you. If you have any questions, please leave them below. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions also about how you can know that someone is or is not the one, leave them below. Let's start a discussion. All right. And if you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Click on the little bell that's notifications, so that I can let you know when the next videos are coming out. Okay. All right. Thank you so much again for joining me. And until next time, you have a great day.